guys. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Inspired. Today I'm here with Ashley, myself, Jessica, and Sasha.
Hello.
Today the focus is on Ashley.
Hello.
So, Ashley, who are you? Where are you from? And tell them a little bit about yourself.
My name's Ashley Hogan, and I'm originally from San Diego, but I did work here in Vegas for about 4 years. So I was raised by a permanent makeup artist, so I've been kind of like in the industry for most of my life. But I started doing permanent makeup in 2016, and that's where I started here in Vegas as a microblader. And I worked here until 2020, and I amassed a huge clientele. I had tons of clients. And then I moved back home to San Diego. So since then, I've been trying to build up my clientele in San Diego, and I've picked up all the other services too. Now I'm powder brows, eyeliner, lips, and paramedical stuff too, the areolas and scars. But yeah, I've been building my clientele in San Diego, and for the last 2 years, I've been traveling back here to Vegas to service my clientele here. So I come out here like every 2 to 3 months for about a week at a time and do my clients and hang out with us.
Yeah,
yes,
hang out with
you guys.
So get pulled into podcast episodes.
Yeah.
But you drove out here early this morning to be here.
Yeah, I did.
Tell me why I was half asleep and I look at social media and I see it pop up and I'm like, where's she going? What's happening today? And I was like, oh shit, podcasting.
I know, I saw you liked it and I was like, good, she knows I'm coming.
But at first I was like, I have no idea what's happening. She's doing, what are you doing? Tell me, it sounds exciting.
Are you driving back tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she made like a little post, like, I'm doing some so fun and exciting day. And I was like, what is it?
That's dedication. Thanks for
I'm
coming.
excited to do it. I'm excited to do it.
it.
I've been so solo for all my career, you know. This is
Yeah.
kind of a solitary job unless you like reach out to connect with others. So that's why I reached out to Amber.
Yeah,
when-
so let's talk about that a little bit. So when you were here in Vegas, were you surrounded by other artists or you still
No,
weren't?
I
You
was
had your
not.
own solo little place.
Yes, I was renting a room from a salon, like a full service salon.
Oh, okay.
And I was the only permanent makeup artist. So I did well there because I got a ton of clients from the salon, and I got really popular there. And then I was still going back there for like a year to do my clients there. But then they filled up all their rooms, you know. So they weren't going to just hold a room for somebody to travel. So that's when I was like, hey, I think Amber has rooms.
Yeah.
So
I just remember seeing her name pop up on Instagram, and I was like, why do I know her name? Is it good or is it bad? But I still haven't figured it out. I'm like, I still don't know why your name sounded familiar to me. Okay, so you moved back to San Diego now, and now you're coming. We know you're here at the studio. What's the purpose in that?
of moving back to
Like, well, when you went back to San Diego and then you're still coming back to Vegas, I think a lot of people wouldn't do that. I think they would probably just stay in where they moved to and just build up the clientele solid there. But what's the point of going there and coming back here still?
There's a few reasons. One of them is I consider myself to be pretty close with a lot of my clients, and so I'm grateful. I had a lot of clients that were super loyal and just continued to ask for like years and so that was a big thing because I'm like, these clients are so loyal to me and it's 4-hour drive, so I decided to do that. Also, the markets are so different, the market here in Vegas is just kind of booming compared to San Diego, in my experience anyway. So it's just been harder to build in San Diego, although it's just like a lot slower going. So came a point where I was like, my clients are in Vegas, so I got to go there.
It's loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question. How?
Mm-hmm.
She's just God, what? What do you think? Because I feel like clients, it's hit or miss. I feel like I have a very dedicated clientele. But what do you think? Because it sounds like you have a very dedicated clientele. Mm-hmm. What do you think are some key things that have made those clients continue to return back to you, to continue to work with your schedule, even though now it's more limited when you are in Vegas? What keeps those people coming back? Like, what is it that you're doing? Because some people have issues retaining clients. Some people have troubles getting clients.
Yeah.
So what is it that you're doing that's different?
I really think I just truly connect with most of my clients, or a lot of them, on a level that's outside of permanent makeup. Like, I just connect with them as people, and so I just have a lot of clients that know all about my life, and I know all about their life and stuff. And this is a job where it's permanent, so when you take on a client, you're kind of taking them on as like a lifelong relationship with them, ideally. And so I really invest in them, like, emotionally like that too. And I think
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think there's something too, like something that needs to little more focused on, I think, is I was not purposely on a learning board. Something popped up and I was like, let me get my 2 cents in there real quick. And I was just like, the customers, like the way they shop, the way they are purchasing things is different these days.
Yes.
And they're looking for that connection.
Totally.
It's not, we are a premium service. We are something that is more expensive. They don't need us.
Yeah.
It is that extra. How are they treated? What are we doing for them? How are we connecting with them? It is all those things that I think maybe the people coming in don't necessarily understand and I think are having a little bit of a struggle with.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. And then once I started getting into paramedical tattooing, that's when it really like showed me the different, because that's so different than just for like vanity reasons. That's more about healing and confidence and everything like that. So it's much more emotional in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Eyebrows definitely can be too, but that's the body is more intimate too, you know. So
absolutely.
you know, it's just connecting with those clients has been really
I definitely think those clients are not like if you build the trust and that relationship with them, I don't think they are going anywhere.
Yeah, they're not
I have a hard time I can't even get my brows tattooed. Like I couldn't imagine like having to do something like choosing somebody for areola restoration and then having to choose somebody else. Like absolutely not. Like I think that's a lifelong.
Well, yeah, and it's such a big thing to take on too because they've already been through so much. And especially for like the cancer survivors, because now they're at this point where they've been through all this trauma and everything, and then all the reconstruction and everything, and they have their new boobs, and you're like, it's kind of a lot of pressure, you know.
This is why I haven't done it.
You're like,
it's exhausting for them. I mean, emotionally.
Yes,
That's why I literally haven't done it.
Yeah.
That's you just said it. Like everybody's like, why aren't you doing it? Well, that.
Yeah.
I'm like, have you ever fixed eyebrows? Have you ever fixed eyebrows on a client that's been through trauma and had to have them removed, lasered 16 times? Not 16 times, but you know, lasered multiple times, and then you're the one that has to redo them, and how insecure they are, and how I couldn't even imagine. They're on a whole nother level. Yeah. First, I'm gonna cry with you. Second, we're never gonna get through the point because I can't stop crying. And then second, I have too much pressure, and it's never gonna be perfect. And if I don't think it's perfect, then it's not perfect. So I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, oh God,
you do it, they look great.
No, I don't do it. Don't get it twisted. I'm doing fun ones. I do hearts, which is hilarious because Taryn is like, where are you getting all these heart-shaped areolas? I'm like, I don't know. Some of them on my third one, and we just gonna keep them going.
Yeah.
There's a market for that, though. I've done that before,
There's
too.
literally a market for it.
Yeah, and once I did that, I got more requests for that and stuff. I haven't had any more yet that I feel like confident that I could do that well, but there's a market for that, for sure.
Is there anything you've done, so now that you have moved to San Diego, are you guys staying there forever?
Oh, I
like
mean,
your family's there though, right?
My family's there. I never say forever. My husband and I talk about it from time to time. Not moving back anytime soon, but we just know that like if we ever needed to move out of San Diego, Vegas would probably be the place we'd go because it's the other.
Is it more expensive?
Home,
is it the same?
San Diego's way more expensive.
It is
than
way more
Vegas.
expensive.
Yeah, which is the hard thing in San Diego.
Well, I think are you guys going? You and Tanya going to San Diego? Is that
Yeah,
where
we're
you're
going
heading
to
this
LA for Disneyland Friday, and then I'll be in San Diego too. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like literally after the podcast, they're driving down there.
We might be driving together. Yeah.
On the road, like, hey, is there anything that you are okay? So being in San Diego, I got so many questions for you. Now that you're in San Diego, like building the clientele, has it felt different? Is it harder? Because I mean, you're a little bit older. You're not much older, but what is there anything you've done differently that you, or any skills that you did here that you took with you there? Any key things?
It's actually, I when I made that move, I kind of like switched a lot of things around because that was the time where I stopped microblading and I started doing machine work. So that changed a lot of things because the clientele for microblading, I feel, is different than machine work, you know? Mm-hmm. Microblade clients, at least especially from 2016 to 2020, were pretty easy to come by, you know?
It was like one of those words, even if you don't do it, I'm like, hey, I don't do it, but put that shit on the back end in SEO.
Yeah, you know. So now I'm all machine work, which, I mean, the industry has moved towards that too, but also the clientele is so different. Like, in San Diego, a much bigger portion of my clientele is over 50, you know, where here my clientele was like a lot younger, and there was just a lot more demand here. It's just a harder struggle, I feel like, to build in San Diego. However, the clientele I am building there, I'm really happy with. Like, I'm happy with the services I'm doing for them, how the healed results are coming out, and then the relationships that I have with those clients, you know? So.
How are your clients handling, like, because I do see you make posts and you're like, I no longer do air strokes, but I'll do it for my refreshes. Do you get any pushback from the people that want to book hair strokes for their initial session? Does that make sense?
In the beginning, so yeah, I kind of dropped that like 9 or 10 months ago, where I stopped even doing nanos. Like, now for new clients, now I'm pretty much only powder brow for new clients, and then I only refresh hair strokes only with nano. For clients I've already done before. A lot of I would say most of my clients come in for the refreshes and they want to switch to powder brows because I think because I have communicated that that's what I believe is best, they're on board with that. And then, of course, I do have some that are just like, I'm keeping my hair strokes and that's cool.
And they're okay with it,
you know?
Yeah.
But a lot of them want to make the switch. And then I've had some people come in for new brows and kind of try to get me to do hair strokes, but then I'm like, I'm powder. I can recommend you to somebody else for hair strokes, you know, and then they somehow want to do powder.
Yeah.
So
They're like, well, they like you, right? They don't want to go anywhere else.
What made you stop?
What made me stop doing hair strokes?
Yeah.
A few different reasons. One of them, I wasn't liking the way my hair strokes were looking after many years, like several refreshes. I was feeling like it was getting to a point where I was having a hard time maintaining them, like maintaining that defined strokey look. And so I didn't really want to deal with that anymore. Also, it's just, hair strokes are just so much harder. Like, it's just so much harder work than filling in a brow. And so I think about my future. And so what do I want to be doing every day for the most part in my future? And that's powder brows. So now I'm just kind of like trying to take on those powder, because you have to think about it. Everything that you take on today, you're going to be doing in 3 years and then in 6 years, you know? So I didn't realize that in the beginning of my career. Now I'm thinking like 5 years ahead on what I want to be doing.
Smart.
You know?
I think that, like, morally that's good as an artist to think that way, you know, and makes you trustworthy too.
Yeah,
You're not just taking people, just take people for money. You know?
Totally. Yeah, I think so too. I got to a point where I was like, because hair strokes are like the biggest selling service, you know, so it was really scary to let that go. But then I just had to start thinking about the long term and what I really want to build, you know.
Yeah, you guys remind me of each other in that conversation a little bit.
Well,
That's why I looked at you. She's like,
I look at you. Remember what I said earlier? I was like doing a removal session, and I look over at Sasha. One day, I'm just gonna do eyeliner.
Yep.
It doesn't stress me out. I could just do it. Like, I'm just comfortable. Like, I just let me do eyeliner.
Yeah.
Like, one day, that's where I'm headed.
Yeah. But I feel like you feel the same way as her, but like with hair strokes, right? Because most of the time, you do have that conversation with them.
Yeah, I do have that conversation with them a lot. It's weird because my hair strokes will fade completely away. I keep seeing them fade completely away, but they're lasting about 2 years. I just personally I don't like how they blend with actual hair. I can't get past the fact that that's like, what, 2D and that's 3D. Like, this is in your skin, this is flat. That does, no matter, I don't care how, and I could get hate for this, I don't care how good you do it, you're still going to see the density from the real hair to the hair strokes that are in the skin. I don't care what you say. Like,
I agree.
You can see it no matter what. And initially, it does look, you can get it blended pretty darn good. When it's fresh, it looks pretty darn good because it's holding that intensity of that color. But when they start fading and softening up like that, I haven't seen much of mine personally blur together because I really do space them out pretty good distance. And so I don't see them turning into powder brown, but I tell people that. Yeah. I said eventually they're going to turn into powder brown anyway, so that's what we're going to start you with.
Yeah.
Because most of the time when you look online, they are turning into powder browns regardless because the artist isn't going directly on top of that hair stroke. And it does get hard when they start fading out to see where that exact hair stroke is. So if you're not directly on it, then it's going to become a powder brow, right? Because you're then putting color in between the hair strokes where either you had two here, you're putting one here, so you're going to start to get that blending. But I just use it as an excuse.
Plus the powder brow is like more bang for your buck too, right? Like,
well, yeah, it's going to last longer
It's
no
way
matter
more
what.
consistent.
Yeah.
That's another
that
thing.
part.
I feel like these are people's faces. So I
Yeah.
only want to do the work that I know is going to be the best, the most consistent. Like,
I am big
never
on
any
longest
surprises.
lasting, too.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
And hair strokes just don't do that for me. You get to a point where you develop a bias. You've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
And eventually I started to favor powder brows, and then it got to the point where it was like, I don't even like the way I feel when I'm doing hair strokes anymore. You know?
For me, it's if it was like a time thing, I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm faster at hair strokes. I can do a hair stroke eyebrow in an hour. If I'm going to do a powder brow for some reason, I don't know if I see every little microscopic freaking little thing.
Probably.
Because it's so
Yeah.
defined, and I'm like, so that I could be on a powder brow for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
But if I want to do hair strokes, I could cut my time in half and do them all day long and make 10 times the amount of money.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
be rich if I didn't follow
Literally,
all
so many
these,
people
like,
come in. That's the first thing they ask you, like hair strokes, and you're like, okay,
No.
let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
And why is it the people always with oily skin?
I know.
Every single time. I'm like, you have, shit ass work on your face already.
Yeah.
And you got oily skin and you want to put hair strokes on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what does that even, doesn't make no sense.
Because they think hair strokes equal natural.
Yeah.
And it's just, they in
That's
their
true.
minds, that's just the
Yeah.
blanket way it is. And it's like, no, on so many skin types, so many people, and just so many different aesthetics, powders look more natural,
Yeah.
But,
And
they're-
it fades so evenly. It just does.
Exactly.
It fades so evenly.
and then you can maintain it over, it's never changing. You're just topping up the color,
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing permanent makeup?
I've thought about it. Right now, I'm in the middle of trying to figure out how to do. New Conceal came out with a new product, and it's for hair regrowth. So it's different than SMP. So that's my next
Interesting.
venture. So you're tattooing areas that are men or women who are losing their hair, and tattooing the serum, and it helps the hair start regrowing. So
Interesting.
eventually, I think I would be okay with doing the permanent makeup. I don't know if I could do eyeliner. That scares me. Next to somebody's eyeball.
Yeah.
That one I'm not
Yeah.
sure
Right,
about.
or-
I do.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
took me so many years to get there, though.
That's
Yeah.
scary
It
to
took
me.
a long time. And actually, the first
eyeball.
time I ever touched a needle to skin was an eyeliner.
Was it your
Yeah.
first
Oh,
one?
yeah.
My first eyeliner was a big ass wing, so no
Oh,
wonder
my
I'm over here doing them in my sleep. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we're gonna do an eyeliner day. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, we're doing what?
Yeah, I was sitting with my mom. She was doing an eyeliner, and they were talking. My mom was talking about like teaching me a little bit. I was like 18 years old, and this lady was like, "You want to try?" And my mom was like, "Try it."
I keep trying to throw Sasha on.
Yeah.
I keep trying to put.
Yeah.
Look at her.
I'm like, you got me for removal. I'll learn that. And
I don't know. Those two, the one I just did today. Well,
No.
this will be coming out later. Those two would be your clients.
the eyeliner.
No, just
Oh.
those two in general. Those
Oh.
two people could be your clients. Those ain't my clients.
Yeah.
As I get older, I start picking and choosing. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Totally.
those two I probably shouldn't have brought. And Sasha?
Not their eyeliner though.
No.
Staying away from the eyes.
No. Sasha said she just wants to learn removal, so
Yeah.
that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
That's
We're
fair.
gonna keep pushing her. No, I'm not. I'm leaving that in 2025. I'm not pushing people anymore.
No resolutions.
No resolutions.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
But to backtrack a little bit, so you got into it because you're a mom, right?
Yeah.
And you said you were 18 when you first did it?
No, it took me a long time to get the confidence. Like,
Oh, okay.
I was like, I can't tattoo somebody's face. Like, are you kidding me?
I know. I watch you guys all day long, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it took forever. So I did do hair for a little while.
Oh, okay.
But that was just never really my thing. And then eventually I did get to a point where I was just like, I really gotta do it. I just gotta like grow a pair and do it. And so, and so eventually I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool though that your mom is in
Yeah.
it. Like, so you
Yeah.
got to see. Oh my gosh, to talk to her, we got to bring your mom on the podcast.
So how long
Does
is your
she
mom
still do
in?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she still does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To see the
Yeah.
things that she saw then. How long has she been doing it?
Since like 98.
Are you
Okay.
kidding me?
Or,
Like, that would be so
99.
fun.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. She's
She probably looks at the industry now and is like, you guys are crazy.
totally.
Like, we've
It's
been through
so
all this. How
funny.
many times has this come
Literally.
around, gone away, gone around?
Yeah.
Literally. Like when microblading started to become big, she was just like, all roads lead to powder, and I was like, whatever,
You say that
Mom,
all
you
the
don't know. Yeah. And,
you don't know what you're talking about.
and she was totally right for me. She was totally right.
And I try not to do hair strokes with everything in me. I do. I'm like, nah, let's talk you into an ombre brow. How about that? Ombre is so pretty. Like,
You usually do.
and usually they listen. Like, they listen to what's recommended. Like, for the most part, I don't have people that like fight me anymore. Do you still have people that like kind of fight you on?
Not anymore, but cutting out the hair strokes helped a lot with that because, because I've made it clear from the start what my boundaries are. They don't try to push me as much anymore. But oh my gosh, when I was young though, people would just, when I first started in my career, people would just push me into stuff. I mean, it took a long time to like really grow a backbone.
No, yeah, it does. Well, it's on their face too, so I think there's like a disconnect. It's like we want to tell them, but like, ew, they still are paying and they want that, and it's like, but yeah, it took me a long time too.
I can imagine. I wouldn't want to tell somebody, but on the same token, it's like, that's my work that's on your face, and I don't want you walking out of here looking like that.
And hopefully they're coming to you because they trust your opinion and like want to hear what you think is best.
I don't know when it happened either, because I was like, no, I would never tell. I'm not gonna like. Now I'm just like, no, that ain't happening. Yeah. I'm like, where did the script flip me? I was like, I literally was like this sweet little angel.
Totally.
And Taryn's like, one day you ain't gonna be like that. I'm like, you're wrong. You're just old and grouchy. Yeah. And then oh my God, she heard me say that she was old. She killed me. But it's like, don't listen to this episode. Just kidding. But now I'm like, now I'm that person. I'm like, hell no. Like they come in, I'm like, nope.
Absolutely. In the very beginning, I was like, well, there's no wrong way to have a face. It's just whatever the client wants. And now I'm like, I am going to be thinking about that for years.
Yeah, you want to sleep at night.
Like, how do you tell? Somebody messaged me this whole long thing just recently. Not a client, but an artist. I get these random messages. I should do an episode of all the stuff I receive in my DMs. I just won't say who it's from. I get this long message, and this client is acting this way, and this client, da-da-da. I got like this far into the messages like this long, and I'm like, I respond back, this has already given me anxiety, and I'm not even reading the full message. You tell her that you are not the artist for her. Simple. She was like, okay, note taken. But I was like, if you could say anything to your younger self, what would it be? No. Tell her no.
Tell her no. Yeah. That's a good question. So in your career so far, what's the biggest lesson or biggest thing that you learned so far? Like, biggest lesson, I would say.
I
know it's a loaded question, kind of, but
that is a huge one. Just like really standing by your boundaries and your ethics and everything, and also kind of keep your eyes on your own work. Like,
I like that.
There's so much stuff out there on the internet, and you can really get lost in the weeds. But
you know what helps with that too? Just keep yourself busy.
Yeah,
you keep yourself busy, and you are not gonna even see what other people are doing.
Yeah,
it's
so true. Be careful in those Facebook groups.
Yeah, I know. Do I have the energy today? Nope.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of that, there's just so much like wrong information in those things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
there is dangerous information.
I know. I saw on Instagram the other day somebody was an artist was promoting that you should take your liners and bend them open.
Oh,
to
I've been
make
seeing
them
that
into
lately
like
too. Yeah.
What?
I'm horrified.
I
don't like that.
I have to report them. What?
Yeah, it's
like they make shaders.
Yeah,
why would you go and mess up a needle?
I'm over here inspecting it with my little eyelids. None of my tips are bent.
I'm using a jeweler's loop. Yeah.
Oh,
it's crazy to try and like augment a needle and then put it on somebody's face. That's nuts.
Everybody's trying just to reinvent something, the next best thing. When really they don't see that everything comes full circle. It's like people have already tried that, I guarantee you. Like, and how did that go? We just don't know because we weren't there, but probably not very good.
Yeah. Well, some things are traditional because they worked for a certain reason, you know?
Literally.
Well, and that's why we shouldn't be afraid to call it a tattoo.
Yeah.
It's a tattoo. Yeah. We're not like inventing something new.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it is that.
I feel like I used to ask that when I first started working with you. I'm like, semi? And you were not with the word semi.
Absolutely not. Are you putting ink in the skin? Yes. Okay. It's a tattoo.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I agree.
Permanent is not a thing.
But it's such a big like word that they use, semi-permanent, or you know, just stay away from the word tattoo. It's so interesting.
I know. It's been that way forever too.
Yeah.
It's been that way since the dawn of time.
Huh.
Yeah.
I remember when they first did the semi-permanent thing, it was like that was the buzzword and you had to use it, and that's what drew attention. And it just never made sense to me. I'm like, huh?
Semi-permanent. Even the
But
words
then
themselves
the
don't make sense.
clients thought they knew what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I want that microbladed one. It's semi-permanent. That's what I want. I'm like, you want what? Like,
Well, I think that there's people that have such a stigma against tattoos.
yeah. So they were using it to
Yeah.
sell.
And
That's
that's
true.
the big thing is I know my ex-mother-in-law, she was anti-tattoo, hated tattoos, didn't want anything to do with them. If people had tattoos, they were dirty. But she had her eyeliner, her lip liner,
Yeah.
her brows, and it's like, you have them, and they're on your face where
Yeah.
everyone can see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just
So interesting.
I have clients too that are still like, I don't have any tattoos. I'm like,
Yeah.
you have your whole face tattooed.
I
And
know.
that's me too. My clients are like, huh? And I'm like,
Yeah.
lay it down. And all of a sudden you say that out, pops my mouth. What did you just say? I'm like, well, you do.
Yeah.
It's like a sin word or something. Yeah. it's so
I love
funny.
it when I have like a much older client and I'm like, so is this your first tattoo? And they're just like, oh yeah, right on the face, you
Right
know.
on the face.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Mike
And I was
Tyson
like,
over
what the
here.
hell is wrong with you?
You know?
You thought eyeliner was the first one to start with? That's
Yeah.
scary.
yeah, no kidding.
Sometimes we'll give them a certificate for
Yeah.
their first tattoo,
Yes.
and they make them feel all
We do.
special.
Sometimes.
That is adorable.
It is
Yeah,
so
they
funny.
love it. Eat
I
it
always
up.
forget that we have that, and I'm like, I should use that more. Anyways,
That's cute.
all right, guys. Well, any last minute
Yeah. Anything you want to pull from
little
Ashley?
nuggets? I
Anything
asked
you wanna
all my
say?
questions. Yeah,
Just thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here. And
absolutely.
glad I got to chat with you guys.
Thanks for coming
Yeah.
into the studio and hanging out with
yeah,
us.
definitely.
Tell them where they could find you online.
Oh, smart.
Oh yes, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and I have a website. I'm Ashley Hogan Ink. It's INK, and yeah, that's where I'm at. And my next trip to Vegas will be in January.
There you go. There you go. So if you guys looking
So-
for appointments, hit her up.
Yeah.
And yeah,
We'll put her info in the
Yeah.
description box too.
awesome.
Awesome.
Perfect. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And Ashley, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
and we will see you guys next time. Sasha?
Comment, like, share, and subscribe. Wait, how'd you say it? Comment, like, share, and subscribe. There you go.
See you later.
Bye.